Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Do you think that where you're coming from, your background, your country, your family, your education really has an impact on what you can achieve? Do you think that somebody is luckier and somebody else can achieve more because they were born to a rich family or in a good location or something like that? I want to talk a little bit of the mindset kind of things about what you can really achieve and what defines what you can achieve, what defines your future. And if we haven't met, my name is Edita, I'm from VIE now, and I'm dedicated to educating network marketers how to turn from desperate prospectors to confident and proud marketers and build your network marketing business without having to chase anyone, without doing other crazy stuff, without feeling intimidated and awkward and uncomfortable about what you are doing because it's not right. And I've done that. I found something different and I'm sharing that now with you. And if you want to learn how that process works, grab my 3-step formula for how to recruit new team members without doing crazy stuff at viesnow.com/3 steps. And back to the topic and my question, do you think your background, your family, your country, your location, your house, education, friends define what you can achieve? And do you think you can't achieve something, and if you are struggling and frustrated about something, do you think it somehow relates to the fact that you maybe were not born to a rich family? And what do you think about the people who are rich? Do you think they got it by luck, or they actually did something differently, and it completely depends on them. So let me tell you a very quick story now. I'm visiting in Lithuania, my home country, and Lithuania is going through a massive transformation after being part of the Soviet Union now quite a long time ago, but we are still dealing with those things, and Lithuanian people, a lot of them grew up in the Soviet Union where there were no opportunities. And yet so many people are now, involved in business, running business and doing also all sorts of things. But the specific story I want to tell you is that together with this, we're getting more and more immigrants, and I think it's an amazing thing because it expands people's views and thinking and things like that. And a few days ago I saw on TV this young woman from Ethiopia, and her story is very interesting, very sad. Well, initially story, but very interesting. She was a refugee in Malta, and one day she just decided to get away from that, and she had a small baby, only 1 month and a half old baby, and one day she decided that she needed to change something. Her life was terrible, and she bought a random flight, and she ended up in Lithuania. And she's from Ethiopia, and she was in Malta, and she got to Lithuania in January. In the winter, it was freezing, it was below zero. She was wearing a light dress, and she had a small baby, one and a half months old baby with her. And I don't know exactly what happened next. Obviously somebody took care of her, looked after her. We have centers for immigrants, for refugees here in Lithuania, so she probably ended up in one of them. Eventually, I don't know how she didn't freeze to death with her baby here in the winter, and that happened 13 years ago. And now she has a business. She is a very successful businesswoman. She went to the university. She finished some business management sort of studies, got a degree. She's running a successful business. She's famous in Lithuania. She's on TV. She's giving interviews. You know, she's a celebrity, if you like. So the point is that even people like that, like she decided to do something about her life. She, you know, we have this common opinion, okay, some people really don't have opportunities, really can't do anything. Say people in Africa living in tribes, and you know, they are defined by their geographical, you know, location, by their society structure or whatever. But look at this lady, she's 35 now. She is from Ethiopia, a poor country, and she's now a successful and famous business lady here in Lithuania. She did something about her life. So that is just one example out of many examples in the world. When somebody coming from completely different, you know, circumstances, poor circumstances, you know, poor families, poor countries with nothing. There are homeless people who are now rich and famous, you know. There are all sorts of people who have achieved success because at some point in their life they learned the lesson. They decided that their past, all the junk from the past doesn't define their future. Maybe they are where they are now because of their past. But right now, if they don't do something right now, their future is going to be defined by their past too. So, yes, maybe your present is defined by your past, but your future isn't defined by your past if you make a decision to do something about it. There is so much in our head only that we can deal with, that we can change in order to go for our dreams, in order to, you know, achieve big things, in order to become, you know, an authority in our industry. And it applies to absolutely each of us. And it was like, I remember back in the day, before this journey, I used to see these articles sometimes, you know, 5 things all successful people do, or 5 things all successful people have in their heads, and I used to think, you know, come on now, you know, everyone's different. And the thing is, this is so true. You have to adopt a certain mentality, certain mindset. It's very specific. It's kind of weird thinking that way, but it's also encouraging because the world knows exactly what to do to not let your past define your future, and to achieve success regardless of any circumstances. When you become the master of the circumstances and don't let the circumstances rule you, you know, you can be anybody, you can achieve anything. Read through some stories of famous people. Nearly all of them had bad childhood, were born to either simple, you know, or poor families, and so on. But it's what they developed in themselves got them where they are. It's not luck. It's them who actually did it because they detached. They refused their past to define their future. So I want you to be encouraged to see the possibilities around you, and to see that internally you have everything you need to succeed, everything you need to get results, everything you need to become a leader, and everything you need to live the life that you want for yourself, for your family, for your community, even for the world if you like. Even that is possible. If you want to make an impact on the world, even that is possible, you know, for every single of us. And on that note, I want to say thanks for watching. I'm passionate about this topic myself. I was discovering these things not that long ago myself, and I want everyone to understand this important point that everything is possible regardless of your background and everything else. So thanks very much for watching, and do grab my 3-step formula for how to recruit people into your team without having to do awkward things. If you want to be successful, if you want to follow what all the big names are doing, whether in network marketing, whether in other type of marketing, the principles are all the same. So it's at viesnow.com/3 steps. Thanks again. Have a nice day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.